Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back to the stage New North board member Vicki Updike.
Thank you. What a great lunch. Thank you. The lines were moving fast, so thank you to the people serving. You did a fabulous job. So last but certainly not least today, the last of our Ed Talks, we have John Kreul. John is the Vice President of IT and Chief Technology Officer at Bemis Company. Prior to joining Bemis in 2011, John had led a number of large business projects for Pepsi. John is shifting the role of what it means to be IT in today's business. He also serves on the executive committee for the New North IT Alliance, which is fabulous. Please welcome to the stage John Kreul. Yep.
Thank you, Vicki, for the introduction. I want to thank everybody for coming, and I really appreciate New North asking me to talk and kick off the afternoon. What I'm going to talk to you today about is thinking differently about digital and digital opportunities and how you can disrupt positively, not negatively, within your business. So thinking about opportunities to disrupt and create value for your company. And as we talk about digital, I want to start first with a check, a paper check. All right, how many people in the room use a paper check still today? Wow. Not every day. If you have kids, you might want to talk to your kids. So I have 4 boys that over the last number of years I've had go through high school and college, and we've opened bank accounts. And we go to the bank, and we get the checkbook, and we hand it to my sons. And they go to me, "Dad, what is this used for? What is this? How does it work? We have to write this out and sign our name and put a date on it? And if somebody gives me a check, I have to sign the back? What do I have to sign the back for? And where do I take this?" They're asking me all these questions on how to use a check. And by the way, they're never going to write a check out, but they were just curious on how it was going to work. And I found it very interesting that they were spending so much time for me to explain how a check works, when then I talked to them and say, well, you know, you can do online banking with the phone. And they said, oh, I get it. And I never got another question. They just went and started using it. And can you imagine today that a financial institution not being able to provide online access or mobile access to your bank accounts? I'm not sure if that financial institution would be able to exist. And I'm pretty sure what's going to happen next with my kids is I'm going to be getting messages to my iWatch asking for funds transfers. So we have a lot of disruption that's going on, from checks to mobile phones. In the very near future, we have watches that will be doing much more than just a watch. And this is all around creative disruption. This has been a concept that's been around for a long time, where products and services, product and process innovation replace old, outdated products. So new things come and get replaced by other things. And it's been going on for a long time. It's beyond just technology. And one of the things that I think about that's really been very disruptive and created a lot of creative destruction is my iPhone. So what do I use my iPhone for? I use it for music. I use it for my alarm clock. How many people now, when they go travel, do not trust the wake-up call and trust their iPhone? All right? I don't even use the wake-up call anymore. I just don't trust it. I use it for my camera. I use it for my GPS. I use it for my email, my calendar. Look at all the things that the iPhone has disrupted. And by the way, I also use it for my phone. But as I told you, I have 4 teenage boys. The phone does not work with a 14-year boy. I have to use texting. That's the only way that you can communicate. So things are changing very quickly, and there's a lot of disruption going on. And I want to challenge this group to say, what can you use in the technology and disrupt and create value for your customers and actually your employees? So digital expectations. So what are the digital expectations that are out there with all this change, this rapid change going on? Your customers want an easier customer experience. They want to be easy to do business with you. They want to automate. They want to simplify. How are you going to use digital to help your customer interactions? For employees, they expect, as they come to work for you, that they're going to have the digital tools to do their job. One of the questions you're going to have to ask yourself is, if you don't have an online presence and the ability to apply for jobs over your smartphone, will employees come to work for you? You have to ask that question. They're expecting it. This is a new expectation of the next generation workforce. And the consumers, they want information, they want ease, and they want things really fast. So for this last Cyber Monday, $3 billion of online purchases were made. This last Cyber Monday, on one day, $3 billion of online purchases. Up to 25% of the purchases were made by a mobile device. Things are changing very fast. The speed of change, the expectations are higher, the speed of change, new technologies, new ideas, it's happening very quick. There's very fast cycle times that are going on in our world today. And this is not just for technology companies. There's a lot of change going on within industrial companies. There's change going on with Bemis. But look at General Electric. Their new slogan, explore the new digital, we got to go back. Explore the new digital industrial world. They've added digital industrial into their mission. And I would encourage everybody, there's a lot of ads running by GE that they're targeting the millennial generation. They are really thinking through on how they're going to get the next generation of workforce, and their ads that are running on TV today are really charging millennials. The question they got to ask themselves are the millennials watching TV versus online? Even McDonald's is going digital. The app with benefits? They're now allowing coupons to be going right to your smartphone. And they say it's only the beginning. Maybe they'll have a digital drive-up window in the very near future. These are changes that are going on very traditional companies that are thinking through the ramifications of digital and how they can add value to their customers, consumers, and employees. So my challenge to you, what are your digital opportunities? Take a hard look at yourself and say, hey, how can I add value, improve the employee experience, improve your customer experience, improve consumer experiences through your products, through your services? Could you get to new markets? Could you go to adjacent markets using digital? How you can automate more? How can you use automation within your manufacturing plants to sense and respond to things much quicker? And then data for better, faster decisions. We are very quickly moving to a data-driven economy and culture. Data is everywhere. And it's all about differentiation. It's about how can you differentiate yourself, thinking through this digital landscape. We heard it from Tim from Bergstrom. He's using Facebook. But that is just one of many things that we can use to differentiate our products and services. And I believe everybody needs to think about this because your competitors are thinking about it, and your employees are thinking about it, and how can you create value? And if you do nothing, you're at the risk of getting disrupted. So I have 6 key digital questions that I would like as you leave today and you start thinking differently and thinking about digital disruption opportunities, I think about 6 things that I think are important in this space. Number 1, what do your customers value from your products in the digital space? What are they expecting? For Bemis, for example, they're expecting us to be doing automated transactions and being simpler to do business with. Are we making sure that we have that capability within our company? Number 2, how prepared are your employees? This is a huge change for your employee population. You have millennials that have grown up in technology. You have management that's been with maybe your companies for long periods of time. And are they prepared for this change? How do they feel? Are they uneasy? And you have to ask yourself, how are we going to get our employee population prepared for all this change? Because it's coming very fast. And what are your action plans around this change? Number 3, are you improving or transforming processes? One of the things I know from working in a manufacturing company, we have a lot of focus on continuously improving processes, which is wonderful. But I think you have to have a portfolio of both improving and transforming processes, changing the game around processes. So for example, we now do all our banking online. We do it ourselves. We never go to the bank. We do it on the phone, and we love it. That is a complete process transformation that has added value to me as the consumer and added immense value to the financial institutions that are supporting it. That's a process transformation. And I think you need a balance of both in your organizations. Do you treat data as an asset? You know, we have, within a manufacturing environment, we have machines that are producing equipment that are assets, but do we treat data as asset? Do we know who owns that asset, who governs that asset, and make sure that it's accurate and timely? I think that we have to shift the mindset in this digital economy to have data as an asset. Number 5, do you consider security in every decision you make today? How many people, let's quick raise your hand. How many people consider security in every decision they make? Not one? A couple. But we actually, the first couple talks today even talked about using digital and using different technologies, but it's really quick to use the technologies to get your message out. But what happens if that message gets corrupted or somebody does something to your message that you might not want to have happen? It can spread both good news very quickly and bad news just as quick. And you see that every day in the marketplace. Off of this question, you have to be prepared to answer, if something does not go as planned, if you get compromised, or things don't, or your brand is potentially getting tarnished by the digital world, what are you going to do? You have to think about that now, not when it happens, because it's going to be too late, because things spread too quick. So we as leaders have to think about security and privacy in every decision we make, because the data access is so broad, but we still need to make sure we have a secure and protect environment. And number 6, are you making things simple? One of the things that working in the IT profession you see is you start applying technology and digital and new capabilities, and things actually get more difficult. That we over-engineer, we put too much process in place, we put too much technology that might not fit the need. And we really got to keep ourselves, especially internally to our companies, are we making things simpler? It's critical. And you got to ask yourself that all the time, because things can start getting very complex if we apply technology's solutions incorrectly. Okay? I always tell the people at Bemis, I always say, hey, it's the foundation is still the same. Getting people prepared for the change, getting defined processes, and then enabling technology. That does not change with this digital economy. So my keys lessons learned over the number of years working in this space. Number 1, You need to go into learning mode. And I think we saw it with a lot of the speakers today. They were trying new things. Get out there and try new things. See if it works. Facebook, Twitter, there's a million different technologies. By the way, my kids don't even use Facebook anymore. They use, what do they use? Instagram. Instagram is now what the teenagers use. They do not use Facebook anymore. Take some digital risks. It's okay to take a risk, but fail fast. If it doesn't work, fail and move on. It's okay. It's all about the people. There's a lot of people going through change. How is your organization going to help them through this change? All right. One of the things that we see at the Bemis Company is that we have our middle management, which has worked one way for a long period of time. Now that we're digitizing the company, their role and their job has changed so dramatically. They're very nervous about how they're going to succeed as we go to the future. It's our jobs as leaders to help them. And then good ideas can come from anywhere. I think we need to break down our hierarchical barriers and look for ideas from anywhere within the organization or within peer organizations. Good ideas can come from anywhere, from a millennial, from an employee on the shop floor, from somebody within our IT department. We need to break down the hierarchical barriers and say, hey, what can we do to add value to the company and apply digital? And I think if you open that up, you'll get some ideas from all over your organization and come up with some game-changing ideas. And my last one is, I'm encouraging you to get out and try some things, because I'd rather disrupt than be disrupted. Thank you very much.